I'm an advisory teacher of the deaf, and I work for Surrey Council. It's an amazing job. Every day is completely different. Sometimes I'll be out and I might be visiting 3 different places in one day. For example, I might visit a nursery with the young children, the 1 or 2-year-olds. Then I might be at a school, at a primary school or a secondary school, with children of a wide range of deafness. So there are various settings with lots of different students who have different needs. It varies. Today, I have an interpreter with me. The luxury of having an interpreter, especially with virtual working, it's really hard to lip read on there. But day to day, that varies. It depends on the setting of the school, and it depends on what I'm doing and who I'm meeting. I have a cochlear implant, I have 1, and that helps in some situations. I might, for example, meet a SENCO on a 1-to-1 basis, and I know that will be fine, and I won't need an interpreter because it will just be 1-to-1 in a quiet room, and we can communicate fine. One misconception is looking at and assuming what the child can't do, rather than looking at how they can do something and thinking about all those years ago that a teacher said to me, "You can't be a teacher." And I think, well, I've been doing it for the past 25 years. Another one is hearing aids. They don't solve every problem. It doesn't matter what style of hearing aid, they all are a technical aid, but they don't solve everything. Something that I've been thinking about a lot recently is how in the past they've been very much looking at the impact of having clear speech, which was fine, but I realised that was making it easier for hearing people. If a deaf child could speak clearly, the hearing person would be able to pick that up, and that's fine. But what about the deaf child in those situations? If they're in a busy, loud room, if people are talking at the same time, it doesn't matter how clear your speech may be, you can't pick everything up. So it's more thinking about how to work on that, thinking about how the deaf child can access everything in order to understand everything, not just about how they may speak. I think for me, the greatest achievement with the BSL bill, and now looking at the House of Lords in Parliament, that is the greatest achievement for me, because I'm hoping for a better future for all deaf children. The first tip is to follow your heart. If you want to do something, go for it. You can't become a teacher on a half-hearted basis. It's not that kind of job. You need to want to do it, like any job really. Secondly, make sure you know the requirements. How you can get on the course and what are the options and the pathways available to you. There's always more than one pathway. If one doesn't quite work for you, you can then try another. And it's important to be aware of those options and to prepare yourself. And thirdly, don't allow anybody to say to you that you can't do it. Have that mindset of thinking that I can, because you can. The first one is BATOD, which is the British Association Teachers of the Deaf. There are loads of information on there about the roles, the requirements, adverts for current job opportunities. And the second one is for the deaf teachers of the deaf, who are a huge support. There are deaf teachers based all across the UK, some of which are abroad as well. But on there, it's sharing information, questions and answers, and sharing resources and tips and ideas. So it's definitely worth asking and having a look at the website and seeing if you can join it.